Okay, welcoming all again. Good morning and good evening. So you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yep. Okay. Okay. Right. Cool. Good. Uh, so this program will be actually it's my overall 6 months program. But I will be first teaching only the basic fundamentals that will like last like maybe a month. If we are doing like 1 hour per week, or maybe 6 weeks. Okay. Then after that, the actual predictive astrology thing will go on. That will be a paid. And if people are interested, you can continue. Otherwise, you can drop off. Okay. So just a little bit about myself. Most of you or some of you might know me. I am Dr. KVN Prasad. I work in IT industry for more than 30 years. I'm into program management right now, like for the last 20 years. I'm MBA and systems and finance specialization. I also hold a PhD in astrology. With respect to occult sciences, that is this astrology, palmistry, all these areas. So I have like more than 20 years of experience. Uh, but I started doing professional consultation. That means for outside people only from 2016. Until then, I was just doing within friends and family. Okay, so what and all I know in occult sciences, I started with palmistry. Most of you know what is palmistry, reading the lines in the palm and then predicting, right? That is palmistry, astrology, vastu, numerology, and handwriting analysis. Okay, this is just a quick background. And so what are the predictions I made? People who know me following my YouTube channel will know. Very recent, I predicted if Chandrayaan 3 will land successfully. That one. Then FIFA World Cup winner. Then Super Bowl. I made total 4 predictions out of 4. 3 have been correct. So I've listed out. Then other than that, uh, we all had a big pandemic last few years. So I exactly predicted when this Omicron variant will come in April itself, April 21 itself. That is, this will come on 21st of November. The first case was registered on 21st of November. Uh, and then when the pandemic happened, everybody was worried about the stock market crash and everything. And so people asked me to predict. So I predicted when the market will improve. So I made a prediction on 13th March. That is like a very early stages in our uh, the COVID times, right? Market was completely down. That time itself, I predicted that like within 2 months, that is from 15th May 2020, market will improve. Nobody believed, everybody laughed when I made this prediction. But you know what happened after that. Then again, same thing, I predicted when we will get the vaccine for COVID in March itself. I mean, if you see like within that 1 week, March 8th, March 13th, I made a lot of predictions related to COVID and economy and things like that. So this is just a proof. This is the chart, right? This is Dow Jones, and this is Bombay Stock Exchange. See the dates. 510, that is 10th of yeah, May onwards. It's you can see the path. Okay. And all these videos are there on my channel. If you want to, you can watch. So what I will be, like I said, so we will be dealing until this part. Maybe casting until this part. Okay. In the fundamentals. Okay, so we will cover what is astronomy, zodiac signs, rashis, navagrahas, 5 elements, and 12 houses. All that. I will clearly tell you what are the different styles, north, south, and western styles. Right? all that until here we will cover. Then from 4th chapter onwards, from here onwards, it will be like a little bit advanced, and then that is where like we will be going into the predictive astrology. So that will be the paid one if anybody is interested to continue. But until this, it is 100% free. You don't have to worry about the payment. Okay, and you can ask all your questions, doubts, anything, no problem. So the WhatsApp group, I will open it up, and then you can start posting your questions, or you can send direct messages as well. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, good. So these are all the other chapters, other topics that I will be covering, in the predictive astrology side, transits or the stellar nadi method, how to do it, and how to predict education-related issues, career, marriage, childbirth, property, property purchase. Somebody will get into litigations, all that, how to predict traveling, H1 visa, green card, citizenship, all that. Then medical astrology is all dealing with health issues, that. Then longevity, horoscope matching, and everybody wants only remedies these days. Nobody wants to solve the problem. Is there a remedy, pariharam, right? That one. And then Prashna astrology, Prashna, that is horary astrology, that is the questions that you cannot answer using the horoscope. Say, for example, like people ask me to predict, okay, if Chandrayaan 3 lands successfully or not, whose horoscope will I take? Can I take the ISRO's chief or a program director? Or there are so many people are involved, right? So we cannot see all those people's horoscopes. And then if we start doing it, number one, practically it is impossible to get their horoscopes. And number two, each horoscope will give different results. And at the end of the day, we will go mad. We won't be able to come to a conclusion. So in those type of situations, we have to use the Prashna astrology, that is horary astrology. So again, there are various methods within the Prashna itself. So I will be teaching the 2 methods, and then the stellar nadi method. Then after this course, next time Chandrayaan 4, 5, whatever, you guys will be able to predict. And birth time rectification is, we all think our birth time is right, but it is not. It will be definitely few minutes off. So that one. And then how to choose the muhurtam for the critical event. Say, for example, somebody wants to go for a surgery. Okay, is it a good time to do, all that, right? And then transits is the current planetary positions, how that current planetary position is going to affect us, and how to interpret the current planetary position and our horoscope. You might have seen a lot of people, everybody in TVs and nowadays YouTube channels, newspapers. You see the Rasi Palan, right? Rasi Palam, they will put all the Rasis, and then there will be predictions, right? I'm not talking about that. That is very generic. Okay, this is very specific to the native to us. Okay, so other things. Okay, now let's get into today's class. Again, whoever is not talking, please mute, so that way it is audible to everybody. Okay. My sessions will be mostly interactive. It's not like a one way. I just dump the information to all you guys. So it will be interactive. So what do you think is Jyotisha, in your opinion?
Jyotisham Vedanam Chakshu. It is the eye of Vedas. Vedang philosophy. Actually there are 6 Veda philosophies: Shiksha, Kalp, Nirukt, Vyakaran, Chand, Jyotish.
Excellent. Anything else?
A form of math that's used to practice different sciences.
Okay. Good. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay. Let me check. Let's see. Come on. So we talked about, all are correct answers, good answers. Okay. Before we go there, let's just do a step back, right? What is astronomy?
Study of celestial bodies.
Study of celestial bodies. Perfect. So then, with reference to the celestial bodies are there, and now what is Jyotisha? Right? Simple. Jyotisha means what? Jyoti means what? Sign, light, right? So Jyotisha means study of light. How is that light is affecting us, affecting the human body, right? In Earth. So that is Jyotisha. And whoever has told all the information, that is absolutely correct. We will come to that, right? So with reference to light is coming, where from light is coming? In our solar system, where does the light come from?
Sun.
Sun. Sun is the only planet, correct? But there are all these other planets are there. Then how are they going to affect us, right? So that is what is all we will be looking at. So in my opinion, astrology is nothing but astronomy and logic. So what is that logic? Astronomy is what? The celestial bodies in the solar system, in the space, correct? So now we have the celestial bodies or planets or whatever we call. Then you are trying to put logic to it. What is the logic? You are trying to interpret how is that object, planet, right? Say sun or moon or Saturn, being in this position is influencing human life in Earth. Is it influencing the same way to everybody living in Earth? No, right? It influences individual persons differently. It could be the same Saturn. The same Saturn will help somebody to raise in their career. The same Saturn will bring down a person from the top position to the bottommost position. So there is something beyond the physical thing, right? So that is where I'm putting it as a logic. There is some logic behind it. And that is what we will be learning here. Okay. So just a pictorial view of what I explained. So what we will do, there are calculations. There is no doubt about it, right? And then you need to analyze, and then you put the logic and reasoning, and then come to the predictions. What is the prediction means? That is, like I said, the same Saturn planet will bring somebody to the top position. The same Saturn planet will bring down the top to bottom. Both it will do. A lot of people might be thinking, oh, Saturn planet means itself is bad. No. Saturn is a very good planet. We will deal with it. We will see what makes it good, what makes it bad. Okay. So this whole Jyotisha Shastra, it is first written by sage Bhrigu Maharshi, and then further it was advanced by sage Parashara. So Parashara method is what is being widely followed I would say like 95% of the people follow Parashara method. He is the one who wrote this book, Parashara, Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Okay, that is what people all refer, and then various there are various translations and interpretations, and people, that is what people follow. Okay, just a proof of Jyotisha when it was there. Nobody knows when it started. Okay, the oldest epic, Ramayana, has numerous references in Ramayana. The planetary positions are written in slokas. Rama's birth chart, Sita's abduction, Hanuman's visit, the war between Lord Ram and Ravan. All these events, the planetary positions are written in the Valmiki Ramayana. The slokas are there. So this we can take like as an one proof, like how old is the Ramayana, and then the astrology. So what I'm trying to interpret here is when say Valmiki has written about these planetary positions in the sloka means what? Already the Jyotisha Shastra was in practice, right? And that is the reason people have using it and then documented it. If that is something not in practice, why will they document it? It won't be even documented, right? So that's the interpretation I'm making. Okay, so like somebody said, right? So this is the whole chart of our Hindu scriptures. So basically you can categorize this into two, Shruti and Smriti. So under Shruti, you have all the Vedas and Upavedas, right? So you see the four Vedas, Ayurveda, I just highlighted here because nowadays a lot of people are talking about Ayurveda, so I just highlighted here. Okay. In Smrti, there are different things, Itihasas, Puranas, right? And then Vedangana. Under Vedangana, Jyotish is one of. So the moment now you have shown interest in this subject, to learn in this subject, right? Something has triggered your mind to learn, right? We are all working professionals. We all have our other work to do, right? We have other work to do. We have families to take care and everything. And in spite of all that, something has told your consciousness, your mind, that, okay, I should read or know about Jyotish. That means you have come here. This itself is a very, very big step, I will tell to all of you, right? See, the moment we talk about Jyotish, you are in this map. Okay. Any questions so far? So now we will see what are the different types of Jyotisha, right? Like we said, Bhrigu Maharshi first wrote the Shastra that is called Bhrigu Nadi. Okay. Then Parashara Maharshi, he wrote, then that is Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. So then later on, Jaimini Rishi, he also developed further, and then they are called as Jaimini Sutras. And I don't know who wrote this one, but in North India, it is pretty popular.
Sir, it is written by Pandit Roopchand Joshi, sir. Lal Kitab.
Okay, thanks, Archit. So Lal Kitab. Lal Kitab is basically, if we just translate it as Red Book. So again, it also has a lot of astrological sutras, and North India and Northwest side people follow this. Okay.
But sir, many people I have seen, sir, sorry to interrupt, sir, but I have seen many people says that it is not appropriate, sir. I have seen many people are speaking this, sir.
Not appropriate meaning what?
I want to say that, sir, some says that some people do not follow Lal Kitab, sir. They says that actually in Vedic astrology there are different lagans, but in Lal Kitab only one lagan is taken into consideration and prediction is made according to that, sir.
No, I don't think so, Archit. It is also has all the 12 lagans and planets, but the sutras are little different. It closely resembles to Gemini sutras. But again,
Okay.
Gemini is basically again further extension of Parashari, right? So
Okay, sir.
this one
Sorry to
is
interrupt, sir. Sorry to interrupt, sir.
yeah, no problem. No problem.
When
So
was the
Lal Kitab,
Kitab written? Like how old is it? Archit? Is it
sorry,
like
Venkat.
recent?
I think actually, sir,
How old is this
before
last
partition,
picture?
sir, it is written. I think that in during the time of 90s,
Oh, just this century, last century.
1920. Actually, there are four versions written. One version is taken out in 1920, and other many versions are been taken. It is written in Urdu language.
Yeah.
Oh. When Gemini?
Actually, I'm from North India. And I have seen many people practicing it.
Yeah. It again, their remedies are different. Their sutras are little different. But it is what I heard is it is basically derived from Gemini. Mostly, it looks like Gemini sutras only. And the
Okay,
Gemini
sir.
is again inherited from Parashari. So basically advanced version of Parashari you will find in Gemini Sutras. So
Sir,
okay.
Bhrigu Nadi is practiced in South India, no? Mostly, sir. I have
No,
seen
not
many.
north also. North also.
Okay, sir.
Now not many people though.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I have seen, sir, many people they are using palm leaves and making predictions. Actually,
Yeah,
I have
that is
consulted.
correct. That is different. That is
That
different.
is different.
This
Okay, sir.
is
Okay.
this is completely Jyotisha. I'm talking about your Kundali or horoscope using the Navagrahas.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So the using the same Navagrahas and the same Rashis, there are different methods of reading the horoscope.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
that is what I'm talking about. So now the Nadi astrology, again, Nadi type, there are various Nadi is available. So Brigu Nadi, Naga Nadi, Chandrakala Nadi, there are so many things. Okay. I'm just giving just to give you an idea of about this Shastra, how many different types are there. Okay. Then this, we are talking about palm leaf. Palm leaf, again, there are two types. I think I should have added over here also. Brigu also is there. So palm leaf is basically is not based on the Jyotisha Shastra or the planets. Okay, grahas. It is completely based on their intuition. Okay, based on the intuition of Agastya and Brigu. Okay, so Agastya's palm leaves are very, very popular. That is there in Tamil Nadu. There is a place called Vaidishwaran Koil. If you go to that place, you will find all the Agastya's palm leaves. You have to give your thumbprint. They will match the thumbprint and then they will get the palm leaf and then they will read out. I will show you how the sample palm leaf in the next class, how it looks like. Okay, we won't be able to understand even though it is written in Tamil language, but that language, that script is different. Same thing, Brigu also has written palm leaves. I think this is, Brigu's palm leaves are available, I think somewhere in Indore or somewhere in North India. I'm not quite sure. But palm leaves, Agastya is, palm leaves is very popular. Okay. This is just a very high level. Okay. So now, again, there are still more. Then comes the stellar astrology. The stellar astrology is what we have stellar Nadi method. And a lot of people you might have heard KP, Krishnamurti Paddhati. And again, within KP, there are again subdivisions. Subdivisions basically KP Kuller cuspal interlinks. This is again, it was developed like somewhere in 2000s. Okay. So stellar nadi 1955. Okay. KP like 60 plus. Okay. 60 plus 70. The KB Bhaskara cuspal interlinks, they both look similar, very minute difference between these two. Okay. Or in 2000, I can say 2005 or 7 or something like that. I'll just say 2000 plus. Okay. And Gurumurti Paddhati. Gurumurti, he is the direct disciple of KP. He learned KP from Krishnamurti himself. And then he came up with his own method called Gurumurti Paddhati. And in Tamil thing, a lot of people might have seen something. People are talking about DNA astrology. This is pretty like 6 years, I would say. Okay. And then there is another method. I feel I should write it here. ALP. ALP is another method is getting popularized in Tamil. It is Akshaya Lagna Paddhati. Akshaya Lagna Paddhati. This is another method. And this is just within India, right? Now, if you go outside India, you have Greek astrology, then Western astrology, then Chinese astrology. Okay. I'm not sure, sir, Vasishta, whether Vasishta has written palm leaves, but Agastya and Brigu are the two things which I know.
Sir, about
sir.
KP Kuller, sir, actually I was hearing that about KP. May I, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, Archit.
Yes, sir. Sir, about KP Kuller, actually I was browsing the internet in which there is a book of SP Kuller. It is same that cuspal interlinks, SP Kuller, sir.
Correct.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is same. It is same.
Mahodaya, this is Balaji. Yeah, the reason why I asked is like during this interaction with Agastya Nadi in Tamil Nadu a few years back, they actually read it out and they write it in a notebook in the readable Tamil language. On the top of the page, it was printed as Agastya Vasishta Nadi Jyotishalaya. So that is the reason, like, I didn't knew that whether he is written or not, but since this is the context, I thought I'll ask this question.
Okay, good. I'm not sure. I have not heard about it. Maybe like if you have their contact number, the palm leaf people from Vaidiswan Coil, you can check them. Why the Vasishta name is there? Is it the palm leaves from Vasishta also is available? Okay.
Yeah, probably I should do that, but it has been pretty old. Those landline numbers are gone. Maybe I can find it through some social medias nowadays. Like,
yeah.
Sure.
Yes, it is possible social media. I have tried 1 year back. I have consulted one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Cool, good. So, like, if you just take a step back, I mean, if you look at it as a common man, okay, you have the Kundali, you have the horoscope, right? You go to some astrologer and then you think, okay, you will ask. But within this astrology, you have so many different methods, so many different systems are here. And this is just, let me tell you, this is I'm talking about is only like at the 30,000 feet level. Okay, when we go deep, then you will see so many nuances to it, and then you will understand how complicated it is. Right. So let's go to the next. So, like I was telling, the stellar Nadi method, it is popularly developed by Mr. R. Gopal Krishna Rao. His code name is Meena, and he is the one first who wrote it in 1955. Yeah, so we'll talk about that later. Okay. So now let's talk about Rashis. How many Rashis are there? Anybody know?
12 Rashis.
12. Right. Good. So these are the 12 Rasis, right? if we look outside the sky and then put a circle like this is 360 degrees, right? So this is 360 degrees. So the 360 degrees is divided by this 12 rashis. That means what? Each rashi occupies 30 degrees in space. Okay. So then 0 to 29, right? 0 to 29.99, then 30 to 59.99, 60, like that until Pisces, right? So this is basic, fundamental, right? This is fixed. This is not going to change. Okay. So the name, English name is, Western name is Aries. Our Sanskritam name is Mesha. So Mesha, Vrishabham, Mithunam, Karkatam, Simham, Kanya, Tula, Vrishika, Dhanushu, Makaram, Kumbham, and Meenam. Okay. So this again I've just given like for easy reference. How many degrees? Up to what degrees, right? If somebody says, okay, my sun is in 269 degrees, then you know it is in Dhanushu Rasi Sagittarius, like that. Okay. So you have to memorize these 12 Rashis. Okay. If you have not done so, please start memorizing it. Over a period of time, you will easily memorize. It's not that difficult. Okay. But this is one thing you have to memorize. I will tell you which are the things you have to memorize. Any questions here? Okay. So if you look at in English, we say planets, right? But whereas in Shastra, we call grahas, navagrahas, right? But we both interchangeably use graha and planet. Is both are same?
Slight difference, maybe.
Doesn't look like.
Yeah. So what is the difference?
Planet is something like we have 9 planets, but Graha, you treat Sun also as Graha, and there is a Rahu Ketu which is added. So that way, it's not exactly one-to-one match.
Good. Any other answer or thought?
Seems like sun and moon are there in Graha, but you don't consider moon as a planet, it's a satellite.
Correct. Correct. So the scientific world has a different definition of planet. Okay. So what they talk about is a planet is a celestial object that revolves around sun is what they consider as a planet. So moon doesn't revolve around sun. Moon revolves around Earth. That's why it is not considered as a planet. They call it as a satellite. It is a planet for Earth. Like that. But if our Shastra, it goes much deeper than this. Graha means, I don't know about in other languages. In Telugu, it is called like you absorb, grahinchadam, you understand, you take, and then you will emit a different thing. So the graha means it has its own characteristics. It is not that just it is the same thing. It is not just orbiting around sun. It does much more than that. What is that? It takes the light, again, going back to the fundamental, right? Jyotisha. Jyotisha is what? Study of light. So it takes the light from sun and passes it differently to earth. It is not the same light what it is getting from sun, and it is the same thing it is going back to us. There is difference. Same thing, Mars also. Every planet does that differently. Same, even including Moon also. Moon also gets the light from Sun, and then when it passes to Earth, it will be different. It is not the same. So it has its own inherent characteristics. That is what Graha means. That is why the Graha is different than the planet. But we interchangeably, we use it when we are talking in English, we call planet in place of Graha. And then people will get into the trap of, oh, science says it is only 9 planets, and the Moon is not a planet, Sun is not a planet, and all that. Okay. Any questions here?
What is the concept of Rahu and Ketu, sir? They are also considered as planets.
Correct. They are considered as grahas. I will come to it. Hold on, please. 5 more minutes. So now, what are all the grahas? So the grahas we have is 7. Surya, Sun, Chandra, Moon, Mangal, Mars, Buddha, Mercury, Brihaspati, or people call it as Guru, Jupiter, Shukra, Venus, Shani, Saturn. These are the 7 planets. Okay. And apart from that, we have something called Chaya Graha. Chaya means what? Shadow. Okay. Shadow planet. That means these planets do not exist physically like these 7 grahas, but it has considerable amount of influence on our human life. What are those? They are Rahu and Ketu. In the scientific world, it is called as North Node and South Node. So 7 planets plus 2 Chaya Grahas. That is why 9 planets, 9 Navagraha. Okay. Apart from that, we have other grahas also. What are they? We all studied in school.
Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto.
Yeah, exactly. So Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are also grahas in the solar system. It is also graha, it is also planet. But in Vedic astrology, we are not considering those 3 grahas. Why we have not considered, I will talk about it in future classes. Okay.
Can I guess why we are not why they are not considered, sir?
Go ahead.
I think the distance of those planets from the Earth is very far. So I assume the impact of those sunlight reflections onto the people living on Earth may be very minimal. So that's why I think I guess maybe we don't consider them.
Yeah, correct. That's right. Okay. So now what we know or we have studied in our schools and what we see, right? Everything is heliocentric model. That means Sun is in the center and all the grahas, planets are orbiting around Sun. And this is what is happening in the solar system. There is no argument or contradiction here, right? But for astrological purposes, what we follow is geocentric solar system. What is the geocentric? That means Earth becomes the center and we observe the planets from Earth. We observe all these grahas from Earth. Then we do the calculations based on how we look these planets from Earth. So we think that, oh, sun is rotating. Sun takes 1 year to finish. Is really sun taking 1 year to finish one orbit? No, it is actually Earth takes 1 year to finish one orbit. Right? So that is how we look at. So we follow geocentric solar system, not the heliocentric solar system. Okay, because simple logic is, again, we are talking about Jyotisha influencing human life. I am sitting in Earth, right? I have to see how these planets are looking at me. Yeah, sun is there, but I don't have to go to sun and then see how sun is, all the planets are looking. I'm living in Earth, so I have to look how this system is, how these grahas are looking at me. This is a simple logic. So tomorrow, if we end up living in Mars, then it will be Mars-centric solar system, not a geocentric. Because you are living in Mars, or you will live in Mars. I don't know whether that will happen or not, but just for
Sir, in moon, sir, in moon.
Same thing, right?
Okay, sir.
The same thing. So we have to look at whether that is going to happen or not. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. That's all.
Sir, I have to share one news, sir. Actually, one person from J&K have bought the land in the moon, sir, yesterday. It is a headline in our local newspaper, sir.
I don't know who's selling it, who has the authority to sell. But anyways.
Yeah, he has purchased land. I want to say that. No, actually, this is a news highlighted in the newspaper yesterday, sir.
Okay.
Local newspaper, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we predict in future, can we stay in Mars or moon as per Prashna?
And the answer is no. So the basic fundamental of Prashna is that event should have or occur in a reasonable time, short time. You cannot predict what will happen after 10 years using Prashna. No, it has to be current. The maximum lifespan of Prashna is again based on different systems. That's what I was talking about. It could be like few days to months, 1 year maximum people talk about. But according to my experience, the methods I follow, I have predicted like up to 4 years, 5 years. Okay. Any questions so far? So this is the basic fundamental difference you have to understand, the geocentric model. Okay. Okay. So in the geocentric model, actually all these planets move in an anti-clockwise direction only. Okay. In reality, in space, they are moving in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. But for astrological purposes, we are flipping and then we say they are moving in a clockwise direction. I just wanted to make this point clear. When we talk about some people, you say, okay, we have all planets so move in a clockwise direction. If some science guy or some guy just for the argument's sake, oh no, what you're telling is wrong. The planets move in an anti-clockwise direction. You guys are taking clockwise direction. Then they ridicule us. Then you need to understand that. So the planets move in anti-clockwise, but for astrological purposes, Vedic astrology, we take them, they are moving in a clockwise direction. It is just a representation, that's all. It doesn't matter. Right? Say, for example, this is a circle, right? So this is 0 degree. Clockwise means what? Here it will be 30 degrees, right? 60, 90, whatever. Okay, it should be 90 here. Okay, my drawing is, you understand. This is clockwise, right? If it is anti-clockwise, here it will be 30 degrees. It will be 60 degrees here. It will be 90 degrees here, right? So that means what? Here it is Aries, right? Vrishabham, Mithunam, right? Like that. But in clockwise, here you write, this is Aries, right? Mesham, Vrishabham, Mithunam, Karkatam, like that. That's all. If a planet is here, you will put it here. That's the only difference. Clear?
But is there a reason why? I mean, I know this is
Why
logical, but
is it is easy for understanding? That's all.
so have people tried to understand the difficult way and said this is easy?
Yeah, so it is like, anti-clockwise. It is little difficult for a common man or a lot of people to think. That's all. But I will show you which systems are following anti-clockwise direction, and it is they're using it. Let me tell you, right? Say south people, we look at clockwise direction. Okay, north style horoscope, anti-clockwise. Okay, and western, anti-clockwise. It is the same horoscope, everything is same. Okay, we'll talk about it when we come there, and what are the other differences. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so now we talked about the Chaya Graham, right? Rahu Ketu, north node and south node. So this is Earth, right? So sun and moon revolves. Again, when I say sun revolves around Earth, it is the geocentric model. Okay. So when the Earth's the orbit path, right, and the sun's path, there is a difference of 5 degrees. Okay. But that 5 degrees is not fixed. When it is moving, it reduces and it meets exactly 0 degrees. Okay. At one point, 2 points, it will meet exactly. Those points are called Rahu and Ketu. This is the scientific explanation I'm giving. That they are the points. Okay. When the path of sun's orbit and moon's orbit conjoins, that point is Rahu and Ketu. According to our astrology Puranas, there is a story for Rahu and Ketu. Okay. You must have heard that there is a story, right? Asuras and Devas, they will milk, and then that Amrutam will come, and then there will be one Asura. He will change his appearance and then stand in line to get the Amrut, right? Then the Vishnu who's serving the Amrut, he will detect it, and then the moment that Amrut goes into the mouth, he will cut off the head. So the head is Rahu and the tail is Ketu. Okay. So that is the story.
Why they are sorry for interruption. Why they are 180 degrees opposite each other?
Yeah, that is what the meeting point. The meeting point of the sun's path and the moon's path is always 180 degrees. It is exactly like that because of the orbit.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And
Thank you.
so we saw the planets, right? The grahas, we take it as a clockwise direction, right? Correct. But Rahu Ketu will move in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So in our horoscope, Navagrahas, 7 planets will be moving in one direction. Rahu Ketu will be moving in another direction. If you are following the South Indian style of chart, there all the planets will be moving in a clockwise direction. Rahu Ketu will be moving in an anti-clockwise direction. But when you look at the Western or North Indian chart, all the 7 planets will be moving in an anti-clockwise direction. Rahu and Ketu will be moving in a clockwise direction. Basically, 7 planets go in one direction. Rahu Ketu will go in the opposite direction. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think we will stop here for today. Any questions so far?
If possible, can you share this PPT on group or not, sir?
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'm recording this one. Some recordings I will put it in the YouTube. Okay, let me stop the recording.